Hello, welcome to Vernissage of the Court on this lovely Tuesday evening, 14th of September, 2021. As usual, I'm Lucas Montana, artist for Fabled Court, and tonight we're going to be working on some character art stickers. And we're going to be working on a new character. Her name is Pippin. She's very cute. And so let's get into it. Before I do that, I need to pop out the chat so I can see it and other stuff. Anyway, so I'm supposed to be working on doing a version of the character stickers we've done before in this character as Pippin. However, the problem is that Pippin is her own person, her own personality. And as such, she's not going to do the same things the same way as Opal will. So I've already started here with some of the ink work. So we see her. So this is Pippin. There's a whole lot of details that I haven't quite ironed out yet. Or that we've ironed out yet. We've got some character stuff. We've got some, or personality stuff. We've got some wardrobe stuff. I'm working on a character sheet, character reference sheet. But everything takes time. And it seems like we never have enough. So, I've got these, but I want to work on getting the ink on these. So, I'm going to select that layer. I'm going to reduce its opacity. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to call it ink. And I'm going to start drawing over it. Now, what brush am I using? I don't know what brush I had selected, but I'm switching over to my texture brush. And it's currently set on 5. Let's put that at 7. Let's see. We'll go with this one since it's a little bit more of a warm-up thing. Here we have Pippin, more or less judging a pumpkin to see if it's the right one for her. Just gonna. My favorite thing about drawing organic shapes is that none of them are perfect. So it doesn't matter. It looks like a pumpkin. You read it as a pumpkin, then it's a pumpkin. And so last week we held Vernissage of the Court on a Friday because the week was very busy. And honestly, I wanted to switch to Fridays. However, this week, I'm teaching a painting class. So I teach acrylic painting. I do my best to come up with my own compositions. However, I've recently found out that my own compositions are a little too complex. The general goal with a painting class is for people to be able to walk away with something that they did while they were there. Unfortunately, my focus was... No. Okay, my focus had always been in teaching acrylic painting classes is trying to convey techniques to people so that they could walk away, hopefully, with a better understanding of how to achieve specific results. However, that is a lot to try to teach in a 2-hour class. And there was a string of them where people just were not going away with something complete. So I've recently had to change the way I teach the classes, or specifically what I teach, so that I can send people away with stuff. Like, I receive no complaints or anything, and people generally seem to be happy with their results. I just don't know if I don't know. I didn't feel good about it. But anyway. So Opal's wings are kind of generic fairy wings. And I knew that these fairies would have different kind of wings. These wings are very iconic. So hers are actually impressed feathers. Unfortunately, in character sticker art style, I don't get into that much detail with the wings. I do mostly just a kind of outline of their shape. So there's not a whole lot to really go into about her wings, but since she is facing away from the camera here. But yeah, so I have a painting class this Friday. Otherwise, Vernissage of the Court would have been held this Friday. But such is life. Anyway. I don't know how apparent it'll be until I get into the coloring part of these stickers. But we wanted to try to... Whoa. Did I not draw her face here? Weird. What is this line? Okay, I'm gonna have to come up with a bunch of these details outside of the sketch phase, which is not something I normally do. And I'm not uncomfortable with it, but usually I don't have to do it on a stream. Oh. Okay. I just thought that was going to take longer to figure out how she was going to have her hand. I don't know about that line. My day was pretty good. It's a Tuesday. I forget exactly what the significance of me saying it was a Tuesday was. Whoops. Oh, I see. That's what happened to all the details. So, as I mentioned before, I am way behind in framework. And even though that still hasn't changed, I did feel like I made a dent in stuff today. Even though I didn't actually make a dent. I felt productive and I felt good about it. That was the important bit. All right, so the fairies have different wings. Hers are supposed to be feather-like. I don't remember if I actually finished that thought. Like, I had contemplated actually giving her feathered wings, but I felt like it might not be as apparent that she was also a fairy, especially when not paired with other fairies, or put in a situation like this where you have a real life object, or a object that you would generally know the size of. When she was isolated and just on her own, it'd be hard to tell she was a fairy if she had feathered wings, or even at the same size. Well, that's why it feels so weird. I'd originally drawn her knee going, bending back underneath her, but it looked weird because when you balance on a leg like that, your from the knee is going to go straight down to the ground. Generally speaking, there's not very many occasions where you would be doing something else, or just your natural balance. You wouldn't necessarily be doing something like that. So I have bits of personality figured out for Pippin. We have keywords, but we haven't quite figured out exactly how, or I guess I haven't figured out because we don't really have a space for us to really share what the personalities are like yet. A lot of it right now is just expressed through character art, character stickers, and so the way they handle certain situations is really what's going to express their personality. Let's say she's thunder. Wearing headphones, I couldn't make out what the sound was just now. I don't know if it picked up on the mic. But it's thundering outside currently. So if I randomly disappear, that'd be why. Anyway, so I got sucked up into the wing there. What am I trying to say? So we have some keywords for personality. The primary one is going to be like dependable and resilient. Also, she seems to be, I want to say matronly, but I also don't want to put her in a place that may not stick. I don't know. Either way, so Right now, in terms of character dynamics, she's almost an opposite or foil to Opal, who seems a little bit more reckless, a little bit more spontaneous. So she's going to be, Pippin's going to be more measured, more of a planner, someone who thinks ahead, someone who considers their pumpkin options. Does it have the right stem? Is the right size? Is the husk healthy enough to survive the season? The spooky season. So right now I'm drawing some speed lines that are supposed to indicate that she's zipping from one place to another as she inspects this pumpkin. I think that's about it for lines on this one. So now, I was using that for warm-up since I don't have a whole lot of finer details. But this one, particularly this pumpkin man, stacked pumpkin person, and then like kind of this 3/4 backside, I wanted to make sure that I was nice and warmed up for, since I haven't drawn yet today. Not that I ever get to warm up before the stream anyway, but so where do I want to go first? I guess we'll start here on the ear. So the interesting thing about the character art versus the character sticker art style versus how they'll show up in other forms. So they haven't made any, these characters or hadn't made any appearances in any of our kits just yet. But we are in the planning stages of one. And the way they'll show up there is a little bit more, I want to say faithful to how they're actually supposed to look. Whereas here it's a kind of semi-chibi style, a partial baby style. But I don't know. I feel like they are proportionally more significant than chibi. Whoops. As I say that, I start to get into details that are not part of this style. It is purposely more simplified. So there's like a lot of details that are part of both Opal and Pippin's costumes that are not portrayed in this art style. A lot of that has to do with the speed in which I have to draw them, as determined by the volume in which I have to draw them. So I'm really good at drawing Opal now, but these are the first stickers I'm drawing with Pippin, and I still don't have a finalized character sheet for her. So I'm a little nervous about it, especially doing it on stream, because everybody gets to see me decide final details on her, and I don't know how. I don't know how that's going to turn out. So me as a person, my personality type is definitely, I want to practice a thing before I show anybody said thing. But that's not always possible, especially with Fabled Court here. It was very much a situation where I knew if I didn't start working under pressure, I was not going to do anything. And what I mean is that it wouldn't feel real. It wouldn't feel like I was in it until I was in it. Because I am very much someone who can plan for forever and never launch, because, oh, this has to be this way, this has to be that way. this is going to be perfect only if I can achieve it in this particular kind of way. So it definitely we had to go. It was go time. It was go time before it was go time. So while I constantly feel like I am behind or under pressure, I know myself well enough to know that if without that, I wouldn't have done anything. I would have just kind of sat there and just waited my life away. Nope. Nope. This angle is a little weird because I'm not afforded the same kind of details I would on a different kind of art style. So just for the sake of, let me activate history here. Just for the sake of showing you what I'm talking about. The cheeks come push out from the eyes and kind of create this bubble here. Well, then the mouth would be able to go into that, and I'd be able to do that. And now I wouldn't draw the cheek completely like that. It's really just that. But because of the simplified style, there's no delineation between the nose and the upper lip. So like there's a whole bunch of extra work that could go into it that would help express this particular thing. And I want to do that. It looks good like that, but I feel like it's not, doesn't fit the art style. But now that I've drawn it, I do want to achieve it in some way. But also, tiny little sticker. Should I invest that much time and effort into that? The short answer is no. I would like to do something. Actually, you know what? We'll give her a Sonic mouth, where her mouth is off to the side. There we go. Just a simple little thing. Sometimes conveying attitude and emotion doesn't need to be realistic. Often feels more genuine and sincere when it's not. That's actually why non-realistic styles appeal to me. I used to love Sonic too. I say used to because it's been a long time since I've really been in anything Sonic. Like the last Sonic game I played was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and saw the cartoons Sonic Adventures, I think, where was it Jaleel White? Steve Urkel did the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. There were two shows. There was one that was more skit-like and was kind of zany, very, very Looney Tunes style. And then there was another one where it was Sonic flung into a future technology world where he met, I want to say Sally? Or was Sally something else? No, I think that was a different show altogether as well. There was one where he had a brother and sister in a future technology style post-apocalypse world where Robotnik had taken over, and they were freedom fighters who played music together. I did not watch much of that one. It was the other one, the one that was more skit-like. It's been a long time since I've seen any of those. But that was the last time I was regularly keeping up with Sonic. I have not played any of the dozen or so games since that. Oh, well, I don't know what I was looking for, but I can't find it. In the few seconds I allowed myself to actually find it. I don't know if the flickering on my screen is showing up in the capture. I know it's showing up in the camera because the camera's seeing what I'm seeing. But you know what? Having not played the Sonic games since I was, I don't know, it had to be like seven or 9. I have no idea how good I was at them either. I remember finishing or getting to really late stages in Sonic 2, but I don't think that I finished it. I remember running from something for a really long time, or what felt like a really long time. Who knows? I was a kid, and memory's faulty, so I don't know if I was actually good at them. Why are you flickering? Why are you flickering? It's concerning me. Honestly, I think it's just a cord being pinched somewhere. I'm gonna have to take all the cords out of the back of my computer and reroute them, because there's a couple of things I need to get to anyway, but as things have shifted around and moved. Actually, I pulled out some stuff from the back of my computer, from the channel of wires in the back of my computer. I don't know. I pulled some stuff out from there, and that might be contributing to that. But this thing has been flickering since I got it, and so here's the deal for that, is that in order for me to set it up the way it is right now, I needed to run an extension cable, an extension C-type cable, from this display to my laptop that I'm currently working off of. And no. Yes. Ooh, her arm looked beefy and I love it. Anyway. What was I talking about? Cables. So yeah, I'm running an extension cable, which I did not pay a whole lot out of pocket for, because I didn't know if it was going to work. The manufacturing on this not having design considerations for stuff like that. So that might be also why, like, the connection in was it 2 or 1 connections might be loose or not as optimal as it wants to be, and that could be all contributing toward its flickering. Okay, yes, that is a face that's drawn on. I originally had it carved out, the face here on the top, but felt like I could get a more interesting face on the pumpkin if it was just drawn on. Foregoing details for simplicity. Cable company sold a cartridge for Sega that rotated games? What is this about? That's what I was looking for, by the way, was slow mode on comments. I don't get enough traffic on the lives for that to really be a thing yet. So I was looking for how to turn it off. But I had only allotted myself a handful of seconds to go find it. Did not immediately find it, so I gave up. And by gave up, I mean it was a tactical retreat. I mean, I don't... That's more of a language thing. I don't care if it was called gave up or tactical retreat. What I do care about is the notion of being perceived as someone who just quit without giving it an earnest try. But I am in the middle of a stream. So what's more interesting, watching me draw or watching me do nothing but just looking at another monitor and you not being able to tell what I'm doing? That was the decision. Anyway, a dude can ramble. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh. Last bit. Why are you... The flickering is not an everyday thing. Just occasionally it will happen a lot. I don't know why I need to be this close. Yo, I'm being... What am I trying to say? You don't know what I'm trying to say. I know what I want to say. I don't know how I want to say it. Anyway, that question was rhetorical. I am under a special kind of torture right now. My time being such that my dinner is sitting right here underneath my screen here, underneath the tablet I'm drawing on, and I can smell it, and it smells really good. So it was fine at the start 30 minutes ago, but now I'm hungry because it smells good. I didn't eat. It wasn't that long ago that I last ate, so it's not that big a deal. But it does smell really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and color these in. Okay. I believe that's it for both of these. So I think I'm gonna start coloring on this one because it's gonna be more rewarding, I guess. So I need a color layer. From color will be shading. So I'm gonna draw a quick thingamajig selection with the lasso tool. Getting most of her form. Not quite following any lines just yet. Helps me see what I'm working on, especially against the sketch layer. I'm gonna go to edit, fill, populate, 50% gray. On the correct layer. I'm gonna deselect, pull up the lasso tool, and actually start tracing the lines. Oh boy. A lot of flickering. Okay. So I know that the flickering has to do with the amount of refreshing that's going on with the screen. Because as I draw, it requires to draw new frames on the display. And then when I'm not drawing, it's got these little marching ants crawling around the selection. It's causing the, I assume, is encouraging the flickering. I suppose it could also be power surges? I mean, there's a thunderstorm warning or something. I do not recall that there were any other power surges at other flickering moments. But either way. Oh, okay, I see. You were fine a second ago. There's a few spots to clean up on the selection there. I'm excited to see the color of her outfit too. I have an idea on her color palette. I just don't know where those colors are going to go. You know, I wish I had the briefing information my sisters had put together on Pippin's namesake. So Opal is named after an apple. Pippin is also named after an apple. And it was the characteristics of these apples that kind of inform the personalities. I don't have that on me right now. I'm assuming that by seeing that information, it would help me remember some of the information that we had talked about. Stop it. Okay. And so the significance of what was I even trying to start saying? What the significance of no. So what I was trying to say was that there's going to be a difference between the way her outfit is colored in a semi-chibi form versus her fully realized form, because there's an additional amount of details. Case in point would be that Opal is wearing a corset, but at no point in any of her character stickers is she wearing a corset. Reason being is because the first time I drew the character Opal in the character stickers, I forgot that she had a corset. Whoops. But it works out, and it helps to delineate the difference between the two different styles. Google says Pippin. Fall to early winter, large yellow fall apple. Good flavor and keeper. Flesh tender. Flesh is tender, rich, and in very good quality. Excellent for eating, but especially desirable for culinary use. I guess that means Pippin is good at cooking. But yeah, being tender and rich and very good quality, I think also points toward again, I don't want to use the word matronly, or maybe motherly, or caretaker. Worrywart. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the word that I'm looking for that's in my head that feels more accurate. So matronly just kind of fills it for now. And I don't know. That kind of bugs me a little. Huh. Yes, Big Sister vibes. Big Sister definitely feels more accurate than motherly. So I think motherly has this kind of power dynamic associated with it. Or this almost, and maybe this is just an older sense of thinking, a kind of chaste association or something. I don't know. So I'm just going to randomly assign her color for these wings. Whoa, what'd you do? Oh, I pressed the F key. That's what I did. That's too dark. Not that it matters. I don't know that her wings are going to stay this color. So I know that her primary color is going to be green. But I feel like purple was also there. Maybe purple was an accent color. I know. So I know it's green. I don't remember where I got purple from. I think I was handed some kind of reference. I was handed a reference, and here we go. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this sticker, because when I drew this one, I think it was either before or after our design meeting for Pippin. In which case we decided that she was going to have this color scheme here on the background of this phone. And to help me remember, I put it in this sticker. I also dropped her name there. Whoops! I was supposed to leave that for y'all to figure out on your own, to kind of build an environmental thingamajig, environmental storytelling. But let's just point it all out. I mean, I don't know what percentage of people will watch this who are also familiar with the thing, so I don't know if there's even a concern there. But anyway. Or I don't know if I should be worried about that being a thing. We can go ahead and just dump a big fat pile of orange in here. Saturated orange or desaturated orange? I don't know about it being saturated, but it definitely needs to be darker. Let's put it on the thing. Ooh, that's good. I like it. But while we're here, let's just go ahead and colorize this tongue dealy. No. No. I need. Well, I can still make this selection. I'm gonna have to make that. There we go. Selection made. Grab those little extra pixels there. And then we're going to change the color on it just ever so slightly. So if I have to make a selection of it, it will omit the tongue. Anyway, I'm going to pick a red. Got a little brush here. Why did that not show up? Oh, there it is. I don't know if that's too obvious. Oh, you know what? It needs to be much darker because marker ink is transparent. And my brush needs to be smaller. So it actually reads, what is going on here? It's not registering these first, oh, because it's too small. Okay. Then I'm going back to the texture pen and then just, yeah. Yeah, I like derpy pumpkins. Actually, I like The Wizard of Oz. And more specifically, I guess the bits of Wizard of Oz that I didn't know just through cultural osmosis and having seen, what was the 1939 film? Oh boy, I forgot her name. Dorothy, the lady who played Dorothy. Anyway, I like the bits that I didn't learn from that movie. You know, you got the Cowardly Lion, you got Scarecrow. Scarecrow I liked, but only in so much that I had done redesigns of the characters, because Wizard of Oz is in public domain and you can do a lot of fun stuff with that. And nobody can do nothing about it. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff with those characters. It's great fun. Judy Garland. Yes, Judy Garland. So stuff that you didn't learn in that movie. And so you have, what is it? Princess Ozma created a character by the name of Jack Pumpkinhead. Jack Pumpkinhead. I wonder if there's any connection between Jack the Pumpkin King and Jack Pumpkinhead. Anyway, not my point. My point is that he was an interesting character in that Princess Ozma had to carve new heads for him because his head would rot away and fall apart. Dope. Weird. And anyway. So that, and then the origin story of the Tin Man. He had fallen in love with the girl and he wanted to, and the condition for marrying her was that she wanted Nick Chopper? I think that was his name. She wanted Nick Chopper to build her a house. And he knew that he wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know why he had a time frame. It might have just been part of the conditions of building a house. You have to build a house in a certain amount of time. Or something or other. Either way, he really wanted to marry this girl. And so he went to either one of the witches or went to some I think it was one of the witches. I want to say the Witch of the East. The one who gets smushed under a house. I think. I don't remember. It was a long time ago that I did this research. Anyway, he goes to her. She gives him an enchanted axe. And while he's out cutting wood to build his house, he cuts off a leg. Well, that's no good. He needs to be able to build a house. So he goes to someone and they fit him with a metal leg. Well, he immediately goes back out to get wood because he still needs it to make this house. And while he's chopping wood, he cuts off the other leg. He gets that replaced. He cuts off an arm. That's replaced. So on and so forth until finally the last thing that he has left of himself is his heart. He cleaves his heart in half and it's replaced with a metal heart. And in getting a metal heart, he forgets his love for this girl. And that is how the Tin Man became the Tin Man. And so I was working on this weird, gritty reboot for a college project. It was not. I don't know that it was ever going to take off, and who knows? I may still do something with the idea. But basically, it was an adventure story. Stop it! Stop flickering. Adventure story of the Tin Man going on a quest to reclaim his heart from the witch. And so I had some crazy character designs, and I remember being heavily inspired by some very, let's call them metal video games, even though now I don't really associate it with metal. But it was Darksiders, and it was Joe Madureira. I think that's his last name. Joe Mad's artwork. Lots of heavy, thick lines and blacks, as they're called. Black pools of shadow and tone. And what am I doing? Oh, I need a dark red. Whoa, what are you doing? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Oh, whoops. Why was on the ink layer? What was I doing on the ink layer? Did I accidentally select the ink layer in one moment? It looks like it. Anyway. Yeah. A lot of people, when I tell them about that, would like to read that story. And I'd like to do something with it, but I don't know what form it would take. Originally it was going to be like a CG produced animation thing, but that is a lot of work for one person to do. And I don't have the skill sets anymore, or the drive, or the interest to pursue it in that form. So I don't know. We'll see if I ever do anything with it. But it started with because I drew a scarecrow. It was weird and creepy and interesting. And hey, let's draw a Tin Man. I don't like my design for the Tin Man. I like the inspiration, but what I drew. Well, hello. What I drew had nothing to do. It didn't match what I was trying to achieve. So graphic novel is also a lot of work, and if it's too much work, I won't finish it. So right now, in terms of something that I can achieve on my own as an individual, without a team, or I guess without an editor, either way, is an illustrated novel, I think. I don't know. It could be something that just turns into like a novella. Hey, it's 9 o'clock, but I'm not done yet. So here's the deal. Let's make this green. What kind of green? Whoa. Okay. If you're going to do that, then I can't work. Does that do anything? I don't know who was paying attention to the tablet cam, but that was insane. I'm going to continue working, and I want you to help me. I want you to help me realize this thing that you and I are working on in collaboration. I need you just as much as you need me. So please, work with me. Help me. Let's work together and sing in harmony to produce something that's fun and cute. Yeah? Cool. So I don't know, let's just throw a color on there. I don't not like it, but it also doesn't say anything right now. Oh, I pressed the F key again. Sorry, just considering working in the other framing styles. I don't like those two colors together. It doesn't matter. I don't think it's staying those colors. I think right now the only color that's staying is maybe her hair. So no, I don't hate it. I like it a lot actually, but just gotta figure out how to apply these. So here's the deal though, okay? It doesn't really matter. No. It matters more than it appears here, the way the colors will be distributed on her, because that is going to determine how the colors are determined on the more detailed version. So what I want to do is I want for this headdress flower thing to be the same color as her shoes or the same color as her pants. But what color are those? So while I try to figure, whoa, okay. Wrong tool selected. It's the problem with having everything on the same cursor, on the cursor for every tool being the same thing. Sometimes you just don't know that you're not on the right tool.
Whoops.
So for the sake of... Ooh, okay. Let's throw pink on these, because I think I want these to be the same color as her shoes. So. And then I will make sure that things that I want to be the same color are the same color. Whether they stay pink or not, I don't know. But right now,
Oh, I don't like this color.
So, I don't know why I'm drawing a selection on that. Okay. Control U, actually, cancel that, Control H, and then Control U, and colorize, right? Yes. Change saturation to 50, and then just scrub this back and forth. Yeah. That feels better. I think it feels better mostly because the shoes are pink. So the detail versions is anytime the characters show up in like promotional art or in kits themselves, either because they are featured in the kit or they're hidden in the kit. Although if they're hidden in the kit, they may take this form. Just because it's cute. But like there were some ideas for some early kits that that would have required more detailed designs. I mean, I think the first kit we worked on had something to do with seasons. And was going to they were going to be drawn doing things that they would in their everyday life during the season. But promotional art and kit stuff, that's where the more detailed versions would be needed. Yeah, I like that purple better. A little desaturated. Come here, give me resource. Oh, I see. Okay. That's why she's green. Pippin apples. He's green. Well, I mean, it looks like they ripen into red and things, but maybe that's where the pink comes from. What did I need? Know about Pippin apples that I came looking for Pippin apples. Entered goldfish mode. Anyway, turn off contiguous. Set that to 40. 0. Select. I believe that bigger individual stickers is something that we would like to do eventually. But we're we want to collect more art. And I know I personally want to try to find something that's going to be worthy of the more permanency of a vinyl thing. I say permanency, but I mean that the vinyl itself is going to be durable. Anyway, it's a whole thing, a conversation I'm not able to recall very many details of. So I do not have much more information than that. Maybe more of a yellow thing? Oh my goodness. I love it, but I hate it. Okay, so I do like the idea of a lighter green. And I think that's going to change the way some of the other things are. So purple may become a truly accent color, whereas our pants and hair thing might become darker green. Probably a little bit more earthy, a little bit more brown. Whereas this is going to kind of err toward yellow. Don't want to be too saturated though, because that is... ouch. So I like that for now. So, select these bits, hide the marching ants. You know, I'm glad you decided to cooperate. I wasn't going to say anything, but we have an audience. And it makes me feel good. Like, I made an investment that was good for both of us. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, right. Change the color of these. Oh, I see. A little bit more toward blue. A little bit darker. A little less saturated. A little bit more darker. There we go. What did that do? What tool do you think I selected? You think I selected the eraser? I thought I had selected wand. Yes, that is the current vibe right now. It is not my intention. 80s aeroba size is definitely not. Okay, that is true and properly hidden. So 50 saturation. I said, wait, no, I said darker green. I said more brown. I don't like the brown green. It's so dreary. Hmm. I don't know. I feel like it's so specific. Um. Oh, whoops. Not how that was supposed to go. There we go. Ah!
She's so big.
Oh, wow, she is big. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, you can definitely see the difference in the evolution of style here. You know what? Let's actually, oops. Let's change your skin. I still haven't done that. Let's see.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, maybe an inversion of her current scheme might work. Oops. So see, I already see a problem with that. I'm gonna try it, but whoops. Lasso, hide, saturation. I'm gonna try it, but that she's not a lighter green. I feel like her color needs to be that lighter green. Hmm. Oh, I like mint. Gold accents, huh? I'm not entirely for sure what you consider accents, but that right now is an orange. I don't not like that, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It's all clothes. But anyway. I think I like this, at least for now. So here's the deal. I can continue on working with this, and at any point I decide the colors aren't working, I can change them. Such is the way that I work. I do very much like this schema. I'm just not for sure about the purple boots. That's I think the only what's its face? Hesitation? Something. So.
Purple, your job is done.
Delete. Actually, I like the dark green on that one. I mean, the intention when I drew that was it to be flower-like. Maybe that's where the pink comes in. But, I mean, you can't see the front part of it, so it's hard. It's a hard deal. And so, like, with the more detailed character, she has, like, this geometric design that's on her dress where other colors can be brought in, and so you can get a more healthy balance between the thing. And so trying to simplify it down into a color schema before I even have the detailed version is kind of a pain in the butt, as indicated by almost a whole half hour of silently staring at a monitor as I manipulate slides and more sliders.
Oh, I said sliders. I'm hungry, y'all.
I would like to do shading on stream. However, I am very hungry. And so I think I'm going to call it there. But thank you for joining me. And I will see you next week for the next vernissage of the court. Good night.